safe. Shelf ventilation block B6. Is this where you are, Pop?
I knew it wasn't really a kid.
What?
I knew it was the prototype.
Stay where you are.
Maybe this doesn't sound right.
Listen closely. You're not going to
I'm not surprised.
You're not going to fight. The charade is over.
Who is this?
One and the same.
An obvious question with an obvious answer. Obvious answer. Obvious answer.
Copy Playtime Chapter 4 is released and it's bad. It's bad. 10 cans of whoop ass. Oh my lord, they fumbled. Chapter Stream 2 were way better. Also, this shit was buggy as fuck and I don't care what anyone says. If you're gonna get insecure, but you should just ask for dropping with bugs, you gotta get on Poppy's ass as well. Also, they kind of like regress. Like the chase scenes in this chapter were somehow way worse than the chase scenes they did 4 years ago when Chapter 1 dropped. Rightfully so. I've been seeing a lot of backlash for this, as well as for the fact that they hyped up a lot of characters with like thick ass trailers and promotions just from the show for 2 seconds and get absolutely fucking bodied. But like, what I don't hear a lot of people talk about is the god awful ollie plot twist, because oh my god, they did that shit so bad. It was so like blatantly clear what direction they were going for. Like the whole time I was really thinking there's no way this guy's gonna end up being the prototype. Like it was so obvious the prototype. I thought they were gonna like revert and be like, no, he's actually a real guy, or maybe he's like a different villain, but nope, he's the fucking prototype. And there's so many different things they could have done better with it. Before I like break it down though and really go over why this just doesn't land as like a plot twist, I kind of want to do a little bit of self-promotion, so bear with me for 1 sec. I wanted to take my channel in a new direction, and video essays make up like 60% of what I watch on YouTube, so I wasn't in completely uncharted waters. Plus, I wanted to yap about different nerd shit I'm hyper fixating on. I'm currently cooking up some bangers, not just on indie horror talks, but also on superheroes, video games, art shit. I like to horror around when it comes to different fan bases. I plan to keep throwing things at the wall until something sticks, so if you fuck with me, subscribe. If you don't, still subscribe. I'd hate watching all my videos to make you feel better. First off, why is it a kid? Why is it a kid? The last kids that were supposed to be here were 10 years ago. We all know kids either died, got turned into toys, would be tweens by now, or being like cryogenic sleep or whatever. I don't know, whatever the fuck Poppy was talking about. Also, how is this supposed to child literally have like information about everything in the factory? Like they know where everything is, how to get to it, all the systems, the doors, to give you like fucking keys. They know how to repair a whole generator. Like how does a kid who's never been exposed to outside knowledge or anything know how to like repair a generator? It doesn't make sense. They have to be actually in the building since they're able to give us shit like keys, which is another thing. How the fuck would a supposed child be able to live 5 minutes in a place without being ripped apart by like Boxy Boo or Thuggy Wuggy or whatever the fuck? Point is, them being a kid doesn't make any sense. Also, they always know where you are with no explanation. Speaking of no explanation, where did you come from? Fucking baby magic Jesus just has full control over the whole factory with no like explanation, no reason, no nothing. They don't think that's not a little bit suspicious? Also, come on, be so for real. They've had to have known how obvious the twist this was. Oh, mysterious child voice helping us for unknown reasons. Sir Hope is not secretly a main bad guy. FNAF literally did shit with Ruin. Yeah, FNAF did it was Ruin a few years ago, and they really thought we were gonna be surprised about this? A kid voice over a walkie-talkie that guides you through the game, then unlocks shit for you. Near the end of the game, turns out to be an evil, scary endoskeleton man the whole time. One might even argue that security just did it better, you know what I mean? Just saying. Wanna know why someone might argue that though? Because their fake out character is actually a real character. We actually didn't know and see Gregory before the twist. Hell, we even get to play as him. So when his voice comes over a mysterious walkie-talkie, it's still sketch as hell, but it makes more sense to trust him since we know him as a trusted character already. Granted, the security breach plot twist is still obvious. I just think it was handled an eensy bit better. And that's the thing, it could have been better. I know people are gonna bitch and moan saying blah blah blah, you're not a writer, you can't talk, yap yap yap. If it's so easy, you do it! And I will, nigga. For my first change, you'll meet Ollie in chapter 2, not 3. I don't know, 3 just seems way too late for this type of reveal to work. Like, it literally happens the chapter right after we meet them. Plus, we only get 2 chapters to grow any kind of meaningful connection. This isn't the type of storyline you can just tack on. It needs to be intertwined with the rest of your plot. So instead, you'll first encounter Ollie in a play carrier in some type of trouble. My next big change is that Ollie needs to be a character that we know first. I know the prototype says there was an Ollie, and that's cool and all, except for the fact of, who the fuck is Ollie? We have to get through there's some random ass walkie-talkie on the floor and you're still having to be a magic MacGuffin capable of solving all problems, helping us for some reason. Like, do you know how sus that is? In a game where everyone is trying to kill you constantly, you're telling me you're just supposed to believe that some random fucking 8-year-old is just magic angel who's gonna help you through everything. Be so for. I read over, after you save Ollie from whatever bullshit in, they promise to repay you the favor and help you through the rest of your travels through the factory. They were giving you a walkie-talkie that they used to communicate, and through the rest of the chapter they just help you with the little puzzles, tell you what to do, and just guide you through the thing. Kind of like how they do in chapter 3, it's just now they're doing it in chapter 2. Chapter 3 continues on pretty much the same as in the main game. There'll be like subtle clues of Ollie maybe sounding a little bit more violent, a little bit more creepy. Nothing too evident that he's gonna be revealed to the prototype. And that continues on all the way up into the big reveal, so chapter 4 also stays pretty much intact. But speaking of the big reveal, that's the next thing I want to tweak a little bit. It starts off the same with Poppy grilling you for killing Doey when suddenly your walkie-talkie starts ringing. Now Poppy's alarmed as fuck because one, she's like, I didn't know you had a walkie-talkie, and like, who's calling you? And then it answers and it's Ollie, and he's like,
Cell block B6. Is that where you are, Poppy?
and she's like, oh my god, what's that? And then he still does his like evil villain speech with everything, and then everyone's like all freaked out, except when it ends, this time when Poppy runs away from you, it makes it like a little bit more sense, because like, you know, she just found out you were working with the prototype the whole time, and like, you know, I don't know, I just feel like it makes the scene flow better. I'm not a writer. I cheat the Muhas before scripting it, so obviously not perfect. I'm just trying to show how easily they could have locked and delivered a shocking, horrifying, climactic betrayal, but instead we got a lazy, hollow, obvious plot which was to fall short of being anything special other than a cool speech. And that's the real problem in Pop Playtime as a whole. It's hella fancy but doesn't really function well. I don't mean from like a game stability standpoint, because for the most part it runs fine other than whatever the fuck chapter 4 was on. I mean, everything else about the game really doesn't. The horror, the puzzle, the story, etc. But that's all shit I want to save for another video. Nudge nudge. Okay, I'm done.
Greetings, traveler. Looks like you made it to the end of the video. I just want to say thank you for watching. It truly means a lot to me. You know, back when I first left my village, I always had big aspirations to be a big YouTuber. But on account of my 2 left legs, I didn't really think I'm gonna make it. But seeing the 270 of y'all that subscribe, it keeps me going every day.
Okay, I'm done with the bit. Anyway, seriously though, thank you all for watching. It really means a lot. The whole video essay thing is something new I'm trying, and I really think I can make it work. I just gotta lock in. That's what I plan to do. My next video is probably gonna be in like something not indie horror related, so people don't think that's what my channel is all about. But I definitely will come back to indie horror. Probably gonna do something like the Fantastic Four trailer drops tomorrow, so probably do something on the Fantastic. Yeah, I'll probably just do something on Fantastic Four. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Don't beat up your grandma because you won't get Christmas presents. Goodbye.